first time I've ever heard anyone say awe at the end of pomp and circumstance. Everybody, please be seated. Let me begin by welcoming everyone, distinguished guests, faculty, parents, friends, and those joining us online, and most of all, our graduating students. Welcome to the 2026 McKelvey Engineering Recognition Ceremony. Let's hear it. This is a day that so many of you have been looking forward to for quite a while, and it's simply joyous to see you all gathered here. Now, I will tell you that it says right here, in remarks that I wrote a couple days ago, to say something about the weather. Now, because this is St. Louis, you can never really know what to say about the weather more than about 20 minutes in advance. But what a day! I will tell you that it's exactly 1 year ago from this coming Saturday, 2 days from now, that a tornado came across the campus. My house is right over there. And it was really quite something. So I'll tell you, I know the sun is a little hot, but we will take this anytime. I also have to apologize. My throat picked the wrong week to catch something, so yes, it's going to sound gravelly like this the entire time. Each year, I begin this ceremony by giving some timely and obviously brilliant remarks, reflecting the context we find ourselves in and the opportunities and challenges ahead of all of you. This year, as I thought about what I might say, it was clear that perhaps the one factor impacting your future that's on everyone's mind is AI. So that would be a natural topic on which I could wax poetic. And if I was desperate, maybe I would ask AI to help me talk about AI. Not that any of you have ever asked AI for help on an assignment. The problem with that plan is that our keynote speaker, Gaurav Garg, who's an alum and a rock star technologist and a member of our board of trustees, is, I'm pretty sure, going to talk about some of this in his remarks. And even though I used to be a somewhat capable researcher in computer vision and AI, back when I was productive, Gaurav knows a good deal more about the near-term and mid-term impact of AI on our world than most of us, and certainly more than I. So I needed to come up with something else to talk about that would be relevant to your future. Something that we would all think about. And so after much thought, I decided to focus on procreation. Yes, procreation. Now, I am not talking about the biological process of procreation. That would make for a very challenging graduation speech. And I'm not even really talking about your thinking about whether to have children. For the vast majority of you, that is not top of mind right now. And I suspect most of your parents would say, darn straight, we just funded this really great education at WashU, and now we want our children to go out and make something of themselves. What I'm actually going to talk about is the recent decline in birth rate across the country, and indeed, much of the globe. In an article that was just in the New York Times last week by Anna Louise Sussman, the observation was made that the usual notion of birth rates correlating strongly with economic contexts was not holding true as it had been presumed based on previous statistics. Now, while it is the case in the United States, a tightening of first-time home buyer credit, general issues of affordability, and even worries about sending kids to school with unvaccinated classmates, that might contribute to greater reluctance for starting families. The decline in birth rates is also being seen in countries without those factors. As mentioned in the article, perhaps the most striking is that in Nordic countries after 2010, even with their recovered economies, strong social safety nets, robust family policy, equitable gender relations, all of which are known to encourage higher birth rates, even in those countries, birth rates have declined. In East Asian countries, where the government invests in encouraging families to have children, birth rates are not being sustained. And even in France, which could be said to have some pro-natalist policies, the birth rate has fallen from 2.03 children per woman in 2010 to just over 1.6 in 2024. Now you might be wondering, hey Dean, what are you talking about birth rates to us? This is not our problem right now. And on one hand, you'd be right. For most of you, the question of whether and when to start a family is like way down on a list of things you're worrying about. Way down. I get that. But let me explain why I bring this up. If you read through the body of that article and others, you will see the hypothesis that underlying much of the hesitancy to have children is a fundamental sense of uncertainty. Not just uncertainty about one's local context. Will you find a job? What type of life will you be able to afford? How will you acclimate to a new location if you move to a new environment because you took a new job? All of these concerns can be daunting. But there's also a sense of uncertainty about global questions. These range from the availability of energy to questions of climate to concern about each government's role in global policies and fundamental questions regarding even war and peace. These are big questions which, while they might not affect your day-to-day lives, they do weigh on folks who are well-educated and aware of global issues, folks like yourselves. All of these questions, coupled with our ability to share concerns almost instantly amongst our peers and family, which results in their amplification, all of these questions have created a level of uncertainty, perhaps unparalleled in recent times. So why am I telling this to you today of all days? The reason is because you are McKelvey graduates. You have the power to reduce that uncertainty. You have the power to move our expectations for the future in a positive direction. All of you, regardless of your major, you've learned how solving problems, including some which at first blush seem intractable or insurmountable, but that will eventually yield to the power of analysis that you now know how to enlist. And by the way, if you don't believe me about that power, try showing one of the problem sets or design assignments you did in your senior year to some high school senior back home, all right? They would be amazed. Fundamentally, this ability to solve problems reduces future uncertainty by showing us not only what's possible, but how to achieve it. A colleague of ours once defined the difference between science and engineering as the following. Science is the study of what is, but engineering, that's the study of what can be. There has never been a time where that ability to determine what can be has been so important. All of us here on the stage, your friends and your family who have joined you here today, anyone listening to this ceremony, all of us are going to be looking to you to see where you will lead us, to see what world you are going to build. I, for one, I'm pretty sure that you will step up and that you will use the power that you have developed here today to shape that world of tomorrow. And frankly, that will be a world that we all would want for our children. Someday, many of you will want for yours or others in your cohort. Maybe not just yet, maybe not in the next few years, but someday, in a not too distant future, that all of you will need to make great. Of that, I have absolutely no uncertainty. Thank you. All right, enough of that heavy stuff. Let's turn to you and your day. Today is a day of pure joy, and I want to focus on that, pure and simple. In just a bit, you're going to hear from a peer and from a distinguished alumnus who once sat where you're sitting today. And these speakers will speak mostly to you, our graduates. So allow me for a minute to speak to those here for whom this is truly an incredibly joyous day, namely your family and especially your parents. Parents, this is your day too. In fact, I was about to say I suspect, but I actually know that you will remember this day much more vividly than any of the students. Actually, let's hear some noise from those parents from whom this is their first child to be graduated from college. Conversely, well, let me first congratulate all of you of seeing your children through to this point. I can tell you as a parent of 3 children, parenting does not stop when they graduate college. It never stops. But this is a milestone. This is a joy you will never forget. On the other side, can we now hear from parents for whom this is your last child to attend college? Now, I don't know if that joy is the graduation of your youngest child or the realization you may finally be done paying tuition, but I do want to commend you for seeing your children, your family, through to this joyous moment. The work you have put in to get them here through this point cannot be overappreciated. It is, of course, an investment in the future of the children, but as I said, it's an investment in the future of our society, of our world. Your children, your WashU graduates, they are our future. Now, I have 3 children, and I know that middle children always get shortchanged. So, in the interest of inclusion, let me hear from the parents who have a middle child graduating today. Okay, that was not as loud. And let me reassure those middle children that it's not because they love you any less, it's just that there's fewer of you. And I hope my middle child is watching this live stream so he knows that I love him. And now, parents, in what I hope will set the stage for this joyous day, I want to let all of you know that no one appreciates the support you have shown over these years more than your children. You might not believe that, but it is absolutely true. In fact, to show you, I now want to ask you, our graduates, to give an incredible round of applause for your parents and everything they have done for you. I now want to point out just a few of our graduates who are receiving Senior Academic Excellence Awards. These graduates entered WashU as first-year students and have earned a 4.0 cumulative GPA. And engineering, that is really something. Not to cast any shade on my fellow deans. I will ask each recipient to stand as I call your name, and since there are, I think, 16 awardees, I ask everyone to please hold your applause until all the names have been read. So when I call your name, please stand. Thomas Bambrick, Danny Bruns, Jack Galloway, Wilson Gao, Emmanuel Gabriel, Allison Wong, Kushi Haveri, Lauren Kaplita, Tinjun Dijkstra Lu, Albert Ming, Maeve Repking, Maya Rukos, Luke Stockbridge, Prayag Vemalapalli, Nathan Zhou, and Adam Zwanstra. Now, everybody, applause. Thank you. And yes, you can sit down. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Tata Ada Toure. Did I get that right? I think you have a cheering section. Tata is a biomedical engineering graduate who came to McKelvey from Bethesda, Maryland. A standout in and out of the classroom, Tata has been a research fellow engaged with soft tissue biomechanics at WashU, during which time she co-authored a publication and was a summer REU assistant researcher working with inclusive complex tissue regeneration at FIU, Florida International University. Her industry experience includes internships with Steris Endoscopy and Ovamap. Tata has also made an impact on our campus community as an undergraduate research ambassador with the WashU Office of Undergraduate Research, a maker tech in the Jubal Makerspace, and as an active member of the WashU Rowing Club. Furthermore, in 2024, she was selected as a Chancellor's Career Fellow. It is my pleasure to welcome her as the speaker for the McKelvey class of 2026.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, congratulations to the graduates here today and to the families, friends, mentors, and supporters who helped us get here. We will probably be hearing that word a lot the next few days, but it deserves to be said again. Congratulations. One of the things that has defined my time at WashU, especially in McKelvey, has been the people. McKelvey brings together a wide range of students. On one side of you might be someone starting an entrepreneurial venture that could transform healthcare. On the other side of you, there might be someone designing new systems to improve agriculture or clean water. Some of us will go into industry, some into research, some into entrepreneurship, and some are still figuring it out. Where else would we have the chance to be surrounded by so many different people with such different passions and ideas who are willing to pursue them to the fullest extent? But even though our paths are different, there's something that connects all of us. Every one of us knows what it feels like when a concept refuses to click, when debugging code takes hours longer than expected, or when a project feels impossible the night before it's due. And every one of us also knows the moment when it finally works. Those are moments that we share. There's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child. So what does the village look like to the McKelvey student? It looks like professors answering questions long after office hours were supposed to end. It looks like teaching assistants, tutors, and PLTL leaders explaining the same concept 3 different ways until it finally clicks. It looks like classmates sitting together through late-night study sessions. And it looks like family and friends on the phone reminding us that life exists outside of problem sets and lab reports. So before we go any further, let's take a moment to thank the village that helped raise us as McKelvey graduates. I don't think I'm alone in feeling that finishing this degree has made me a little less afraid of difficult problems. There were moments when something wasn't working, when a concept wouldn't stick, or when a challenge felt completely insurmountable. But every single time, eventually, we figured it out. Hindsight is powerful. Problems that once felt enormous now feel small. And if we've overcome every challenge we faced so far, there's a logical conclusion. We will overcome the next ones too. As we leave McKelvey, many of us are entering a stage of life with less structure and fewer clearly defined paths. That can be intimidating, but it also means opportunity. If you're considering an opportunity, whether it's a job, a project, a research path, or something entirely unexpected, there is a non-zero chance that you belong there. So instead of asking why me, maybe the better question is why not me? You've already made it this far. Finally, there's one last idea I want to leave you with. One of my mentors likes to say, send the elevator back down. Someone ahead of us once took the time to help us, to answer a question, offer advice, show us the way forward. Now that we are moving on to the next floor, we have the chance to do the same for someone else. Helping the people who come after us is how communities grow stronger. Just because we are graduating does not mean the McKelvey community ends here. It simply expands. So as we leave today, remember 3 things. Take pride in what you've accomplished. Don't count yourself out of opportunities, and send the elevator back down. One more time for the road. Congratulations, everyone. And thank you for listening.
I think we should just have student speakers. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce our keynote speaker, Gaurav Garg. Gaurav earned his bachelor's and master's degrees in electrical engineering and a bachelor's in computer science, all here at WashU. Gaurav is a founding partner of Wing Venture Capital, which focuses on early-stage business technology companies. He's been named to the Forbes Midas list of top tech investors multiple times, and in 2014 was named Silicon Valley Venture Capitalist of the Year at the Technology Fast 500 Awards. Gaurav continues his connection to WashU, currently serving on the university's Board of Trustees, and even a bigger deal, as a member of the McKelvey National Council. He received the Alumni Achievement Award from the Engineering School in 2014, and the Founders Day Award, a Distinguished Alum, in 2017 from WashU. Now, before I ask Gaurav to join us, I do want to say that it's not often that we have a speaker at our recognition ceremony whose partner is arguably more famous than they are. In the audience today is Gaurav's spouse, Komal Shah. Komal is a computing technologist who, after success in high tech, pivoted to being a leader in the art world, and in particular, an advocate for rising women artists. You may have read about her in the New York Times or even in Vogue, about her philanthropy and her collecting. And you may have also seen that she and Gaurav brought an important exhibition to our own Kemper Art Museum. But most importantly, Komal joins us here not because she wants to hear Gaurav, but because she and Gaurav are the parents of one of our graduating seniors today. And I think that's great. So join me now in welcoming Gaurav Garg.
Good afternoon, everyone. Parents, families, faculty, friends, and especially the 1,000 graduates in our audience today. It's really wonderful to be here. When I was a student at WashU in the 1980s, yes, back in my day, the campus was beautiful. But now, when I'm here, I feel cheated. The dorms are like a ski resort. The campus belongs in a movie. And we already know the students have the best dorms in America. So congratulations, graduates, and my condolences that you have to leave it all behind. Thank you to Washington University and to Dean Aaron Bobick for inviting me to speak here today. It's special because, as Dean Bobick mentioned, my son Bijoy is graduating from this extraordinary school with 2 engineering majors, the second a joint major between the engineering and business schools. Thank you, WashU, and to everyone here for helping make this community such an important part of his life. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, faculty, and thank you, fellow students. Well, since Dean Bobick talked about procreation, I guess I'm going to talk about AI. You are entering the world at an extraordinary time where AI promises to change everything. The age of AI seems as fundamental as the printing press and electricity in its potential impact on all of us. AI can write essays, generate code, images, compose music, accelerate research, and soon will replace all our speeches here today. I am told next year there will be a digital avatar at this very function. But seriously, anything mundane or repetitive will be done better by machines. In fact, all the AI labs are spending multiple billions each to achieve exactly this. So I have a question for all the graduates Who's afraid that AI will take away your future job? Very few. You're right. Very few. And I'm really glad to see that. A lot of people are afraid. A few years ago, I brought Sam Altman of OpenAI to WashU to speak to quite a few of the faculty. And his mom lives here, by the way, and he grew up in St. Louis, for those that may not know. And he said, we're going to need fewer coders, but more computer scientists. Boy, he couldn't be more wrong. Now that you can write code or create code often without even reading it, it's pretty apparent that in the future there will be 100x more coders. When spreadsheets arrived, did the number of analysts go down? No, we suddenly had 1 billion people turn into analysts. And it's these types of advances in technologies really accelerate opportunity and make very complex things available to much broader audiences. For you, funnily enough, this is the best time to graduate with an engineering degree in decades, certainly in my lifetime. The world will need dramatically more builders, creators, scientists, technical thinkers, because once this type of technology becomes accessible, we will attempt far more ambitious things. The reason for that is partly that the velocity at which your ideas can become real things might be 5 or 10x faster very soon and cheaper. You have a chance with small groups of people to overwhelm very large corporations because of that, who are not going to be as creative and embrace the technologies that you will with your fresh minds. WashU has prepared you wonderfully for this. This was my personal experience. One of the things I loved most about being here personally, and now watching my son experience it, is how easy WashU made it to explore things you had never heard of, imagined. When I arrived here in the 1980s as a freshman from India, I was really surprised. I did not enjoy high school. And when I got here, it became abundantly clear that within a couple of months, in fact, that I'd just been parachuted into a world of infinite possibilities. And I was terrified that I might someday have to go back and leave it all behind. The possibilities were academic, social, intellectual. I could build my own my identity. I learned how to live in a community to solve impossible problems. And most importantly, I learned to test myself, to be told no. I learned my limits. I learned how to fail and recover and iterate. I also discovered interests that I never expected. Over time, WashU changes you. So what's really going on? Beneath our beautiful campus, there's something much more important, which is our interdisciplinary culture, which encourages exploration, additional degrees. My degrees were in engineering, but the classes I enjoyed most were in the humanities. I didn't fully appreciate how important this would be in my life. Engineering and science, math taught me rigor and conceptualization and fearlessness. But humanities taught me how to apply all this in a broader context. I learned here how to handle ambiguity and how to address open-ended problems. In fact, when I was a freshman, for some strange reason, the computer science faculty was determined to weed out the number of CS majors, declared CS majors at the start of the year by 4x just in freshman year. So we were given open-ended problems that were ambiguous, and I have no idea what the grading rubric was, but it taught us a lot. And if you got intimidated, you were going to get weeded out. And I didn't have that choice, because I just couldn't afford to go back to where I came from. So it was an incredible education and an incredible experience. And WashU is still teaching this to us beyond all the broad-based engineering requirements that you've been through. In this class, there are before us 500 undergraduates, 500 master's students. But of the 500 undergraduates, 11% are graduating with second or double majors, half of which are outside of the engineering school. And almost 40% are graduating with a minor. And of those minors, a majority are outside of McKelvey. So congratulations for exploring and indulging your curiosity and following through on it. So on to another topic, which is the world of AI is upon us. What is the survival adaptation that we think of in this age? And obviously, are you ready for it? In the information age, it was about learning tools and how to apply them. What will flourish in this age? And I feel it's people who can move between disciplines, move between invention, engineering, design, analysis, ethics, leadership. It is going to belong to people who can connect disciplines and can synthesize ideas across domains. That will be the superpower of this age. It will be about what problems you choose to solve and why. You won't have to spend 95% of your time on the how to solve them. And all of that is not just because you need to understand when AI is doing something wrong in a very confident way. It's mostly that all of the execution will be supercharged or automated, so the differentiation is in how you think about the problems and harness all of this power that you have. And that leads us to, I can't remember, the third or fourth thing I wanted to talk about today. What are the human skills that matter in this new world? And I would offer 4 from direct experience and my 25 years as a venture capitalist. The first is relentless intellectual curiosity. The jobs you will have in your lifetime do not exist yet. The people who will thrive at this are not the people with knowledge. It's those of you that have the courage to explore and go over the horizon. The second is communication and collaboration, where while AI may generate information, humans need narratives. The biggest breakthrough are at the intersections of perspectives and expertise, and they're often ideas that stretch human biases and imagination, and the ability to explain these and get people to follow you and to persuade, those skills will become even more valuable in the future. The third is resilience. At a time of such great change, we are all going to fail at many things in our lives. Entire careers will disappear. Plans will collapse. That's normal. Resilience is not about avoiding failure. It's learning how to recover and come back strong and come back with a smile the day after you've taken a bunch of punches. And then the last is initiative. It sounds simple, but it really matters. Opportunities come from initiative, from proximity, from being in the room, from volunteering, from trying, from taking risks, from the willingness to be embarrassed. And this is how careers are shaped and great things happen, by taking risks and repeatedly iterating and just not giving up and showing up. There's one final thought I want to leave you with. You are graduating into uncertainty, but that is where opportunity lies. The barriers to invention are collapsing. I see this every day. There are companies with 100 or 200 people that are likely to go on and overwhelm corporations that have 100 times more people, because they can apply the tools and they are much smarter about it and they have no bureaucracies. Small teams can build huge things. This is your 10x advantage over all of us who were trained in now, frankly, outdated ways of doing work. And while AI will disrupt many professions and workflows, Technology in the past has transformed humanity. We live 25 years longer now than we did 100 years ago. We've lifted billions and billions into the middle class. We've created entirely new industries, and 90% of the world has access to knowledge through cell phones. It's quite remarkable. And these transformations are typically led and imagined by people who have no preconceptions like you. You are prepared and will take us into the future. So to all of you, I encourage you to be curious, bold, persistent, and to show up. Engineering is an act of optimism. All of us begin with the same fundamental beliefs that the future can be better than the present. And that belief has built bridges, cured disease, connected continents. We're going to go to Mars and transform communications and improve the lives of billions. And now it's your turn. To the families that are here today, thank you. None of us reaches moments like this without you. And finally, congratulations to the graduates of the McKelvey School of Engineering. Your future is wonderful and bright. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gaurav. For the parents who are wondering and acknowledging my computer science engineering colleagues, we no longer weed out computer science folks. And as Gaurav said, we're going to need even more. So now the moment that you've all been waiting for, as we're ready to recognize the graduates of the class of 2026. Yeah, you can clap. That's good. Each of you receiving a diploma from McKelvey should be incredibly proud of what you've accomplished. The work was often hard, it was always a lot, and it required perseverance. You have earned this day. I do want to mention that some of our graduates are wearing orange cords. These are students earning undergraduate degrees that have been identified to being eligible to receive Latin honors based upon their current grades. They will receive the specific honor of magna summa or cum laude. That will be determined after the final grades from this semester are received from the faculty. So get on it. Our Associate Dean of Undergraduate Student Services, Chris Kroger, will announce our graduates. Department chairs, please come forward as Chris announces your department. Graduates, please come to the stage when the usher prompts your row. Each name will be read as the graduate crosses the stage. And parents, family, and friends, this is your day of joy. So I encourage you to express your enthusiastic support when your graduate has their name called. Chris?
We will now recognize bachelor's and master's graduates of the Department of Biomedical Engineering. Dr. Patricia Witter, Director of Undergraduate Studies, will come forward to shake the hands of the graduates. Bintia Keita. Tata Ida Toure. Cristina Lopez Miranda. Catalina Mariana Bernabe Correa. Ryan John Taylor. Eric Yang. Adam Zwanstra. Muskan V. Paliwal. Maya Rukos. Kushi Manoj Javeri. Valentina Vargas. Zoe Carter. Lydia Mung Nicholson. Emily Cow. Lauren Elizabeth Adams. Aria Nicole Marr. Alexandra Yeager. Zara Hussein. Lauren Caplita. Kathleen Duncan. Ray Adelstein. Taryn Sager. Charlotte Chen. Keela H. Fung. Daniel O. Nevin Song. Danielle Matias Palomo. Addison Leanne Leifer. Liana Reyes. Ashley Lugo Huerta. John Andrew Meert Jr. Sydney Esperis Head. Fiona Sun. Daniel A. Boxey. Alex Kemp. Arman Gulati. Sotaro Tyler Atsumi. Miles Lewis Anderson. Jennifer Newton. Shruti Madhugiri. Jace Park. Carolyn Shao. Alex Gu.
Gilly Libowitz.
Anna Noel Fonda. Paris Robinson. Adibembola Rachel Adedeji. Aishat Adebisi. Justin Yu. Andrew Rohan Hagstrom. Katie Lei Aoyung. Ryan Joseph Tyler. Kylie Marie Spytek. Sheridan A. Hoyt. Caitlin Grace Garofoli. Isabel Field. Kavyashri Balaji. Anjali Thanathur Vinod. Madison Sargent. Abigail Richardson. Isha Diol. Graham Rains Hannon. Nga Natalie Wynn. Jiai Sun. Cole Benjamin Hanan. Quanchen Shu. Jiarui Lee. Evan Hanning. Daniel Peters. Faye Wong. Bahare Bahmani. Evan D. Maples. Mariam Obaji. Sayi Srinivas Gunta Krinda Pali Bharath. Mati Tolera. Raymond Sin. We will now recognize bachelor's and master's graduates of the Department of Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering. Dr. Joshua Yuan, Department Chair, will come forward to shake the hands of the graduates. Allison Elizabeth Lim. Mackenzie Moore. Lucia Anna Maria Umbright. Alexa Hanish. Mason Eisner. Olivia Maria Przydzial. Katie Rector. Mame Aquia Ose Tutu. Tobias Zeidman. Pablo Kirschensteiner Soto. Victoria Elizabeth Tanoye. Neha Namburi. Jenna Scanberg. Keao Song. Cindy N. Borajo Carrera. Youngha Lee. Thomas Bambrick. Henry Fine. Joshua Bass. Fadila Latif. Garrett Belcher. Ryan P. Graham. Olivia Richards. Kamlendra Singh Pathak. Mingshen Chao. Xu Yuan Mai. We will now recognize bachelor's and master's graduates of the Department of Electrical and Systems Engineering. Dr. Shinong Ching, Department Chair, will come forward to shake the hands of the graduates. Sarah Allison McMahon. Leela Srinivas. Shua John. Lauren Z. Lynch. Xiao Yu Luo. Diane Parker. Amelia M. Hines. Yvette Gerber. Hayden R. Somek. Kaiji Alex Nie. Dylan Allred. Nathaniel Bowman. Yi Han. Xiao Liang. Jai Wang. Gabriel Gonzalez. Gabriel Matthew Minton. Jessica Isabel Lozoya. Ruby Cruikshank. Kay Jones. Yu Young Wu. Yunhan Zhang. Yuqing Ni. Yichen Ho. Hojing Jia. Moti Kelbesa. Tingis Aaron Kelly. Miles Feingold Black. Rui Shu. Zhejiang Yang. Hannah Hollingsworth. Gabriella Tilly Wergaft.
Manchi Lu.
Hongyi Zhang. Chris Ho. Aoyu Liu. Yiying Wang. Qiancheng. Xinyu Alexis Liao. Kevin Gutierrez Velasco. Hannah King. Haochen Shen. Tyler Matthew White. Colin Scruggs. Misha Elizabeth Trainer. Natasha Christina Igich. Mac LaRosa. Will Burgess. Pavli M. Youssef. Robert Livingston Rui IV. Yekaterina Yevgenyevna Redka. Keshav Vasant. Ethan Sturmowski. Chengfang. Joni Lee. Bijoy Garg. Kenzie McNicole. David Mu Young. Jiang Than Chao Lei. Annette Martinez Vasquez. Keeler Tardif. Gabriel Garcia. Jaden DeVere. Ben Cook. Owen Cromley. Tariq O. Jassim. Hayden Kunkel. Samai K. Math. Noah Maines. Debo Jyoti Pal. Samarth Agarwal. Mashid Nagash Zadeh. Sneha Das Gupta. Svoyan Datta Samya. We will now recognize bachelor's and master's graduates of the Department of Mechanical Engineering and Materials Science. Dr. James Friend, Department Chair, will come forward to shake the hands of the graduates. Darren Garner. Sharon Lee Cardas. Zachary Rossi. Raymond Rich Yang. Hannah Hagena. Colton Bradley Bosler. Citlali Sanchez Ayala. Evelyn Madrigal Gonzalez. Letty Patino. Leslie Alfaro. Kathy Zhao. Obike Coyote Anwisier. Miguel Angel Lopez. Lani Francesca Espinel. Fatima Mohamed. Aisha Ba. Amanda Lynn Pelekia McLaughlin. Shanice Isimbi Mutabazi. Joy Juling Luo. Lillian Kelly Salter. Elaine Wang. Stephen Xiao. Ye Huang. Monica B. Matthew Robert Gimbel. Matthew J. Bruyere. Jonathan Kosman. Grant Whittingham Latina. Nazifa Yunus. Nicholas William Markovich. Mitchell Oswald Shannon. John Babineau. Kyler Robert Kozenki. Oliver Noyes Stitt. John Frederick Malley III. Aidan Finch Moriarty. Wyatt Garber. KJ Kernan. Drew Tejas Goel. Jackson Robert Weisbard. Raza Rabani. Sabrina Woodward. Emma J. Sloan. Lucas Matthew McCann. Carter Hanfeld. Babel Becca Trani. Rebecca Boone. Jack Williams. Joseph James Saraki. Caden Thomas Gammon. Fabian M. Reyes. Jared Mastillo. Quinn Close. Pachi Ackerman Bennett, Kyle Okui, Brian Howe, Noam Karger, Ephraim C. Weiss, Danny B. Bruns, Jacob Ayala, J.P. Torak, Michael Safer, Julia Brooke Pepe, Samantha Feldman, Benjamin Toom, Julian A. Tim, Sarah Donner, Morelia Roxana Reyes Perez, Barry Diamond, Avery W. Cohen, Wilson Gao, Jackson Theodore Strauss, Susanna Ye, Jessica Hillary Arnold, Ryan Sobel Schmatke, John Matthew Code, Leonardo Ferraz Gomes Abreu, Hunter Rocker, Joseph Courtney Norris, Joseph Gillette, Kaicho, Benjamin G. Durkovich, Jeremy Lee, Jonathan Young, Ethan Ryak, Jackson C. Sherman, Jack Solomon, Adam William Michael Malaliu, Elias Lucas Barrow, Nina Agnes Fisher, Malaya M. Hill, Grant Lewis Kaplan, Theo Alexander Mass, Emmanuel S. Gabriel, Giselle L. Groff, Courtney B. Davis, Maxwell Adam Fargo, Emil Josiah Mari Bartolome Silbol, Brant Matthew Weir, Shana L. Mahaila Nabatmama, Allah Olua Joshua Adeniji, Salomon Dessalines, Jivan Z. Mendenhall, Gabrielle Elizabeth Myers, Natalie Joy Todaro, Nicholas DeLuca, Dana Gabrielle Smith, Mo Morrissey, Chandler Gartner, Olivia Slemmer, Natalia Klim, Alice Hu, Nicholas B. Harris, Andrew Warren Johnson. Sheridan Lee. Eleni Camboris. Ruth Eliza Mellon. Finn Mateo McNamee. Daniel Aaron Nordquist. Preston Ben Chuen G. Colin James Zeiss. David Christian Howard.
Adisa Evia.
Stefan Hester. Matt Siwicki. Galeb Alaidi. Ta Lei. Sirui Zhao. Jinhao Cao. We will now recognize bachelor's and master's graduates of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Dr. Rock Guerin, Department Chair, will come forward to shake the hands of the graduates. Larry X. Chien. Thomas Yang. Chihan Wang. Mingzi Kai. Chase Walker. Abigail Timoteos Indale. Yaodong Wang. Andrew R. Hartman. Scarlett Delaney Tianyu Patton. Mac Barnes. Joseph Zhang. Fred Hua. Karen Nicole Delgado Garcia. Jing Gao. Jaeyayung Yan. Caitlin Pedraha. Will Andelman. Krista Simon. Bella Lauren Levin. Sivan Miriam Elisha. Benny Chavaria. Charles Campen Goebel. Jonas Georg Schwab. Anderson James St. Clair. Charles Theodore Knowles. Ryan Christopher Achenbach. Emma Sunhee Shin Yin. Ariana Zhuang Yi Schwartz. Ina Lilia L. Musabagovich. Nicholas Fagelson. Matthew Latronica. Alex Scott Chilkowitz. Nicole Bricheno. Dov Schwartz. Moises Ackerman Aguion. Haley E. Montgomery. Ty Butler. Mac Liao. Amani Al-KC. Zaid Ahmed. Yitao Tai. Grace Lee. Morgan Grace Mednick. Nate Heyman. Junjia Cui. David Liang. Hongyu Chen. Yuhan Zhang. Yongyan Zhang. Zhouqiao Zhao. Ran Duan. Winston Wu. Tingjun Dijkstra Liu. Huanghao Yang. Yilin Du. Rose Liu. Yolanda Zhang. Yoon Q Tiffany Chen. Jenny Yu. Caduce Bizuayo. John Lewis Belmont. Orhan Erdogan. Francis Watanabe Alford. Eric Wong. Tyler Dosher. Sam Penn. Aaron Michael Spector. Ethan Grant Moses. Eric Z. Wang. Guanshen Li. Jiezhong Xiao. Karim Y. Zagoti. Iyad Hossam Hossein Afifi. Ali Mohammed Khan Bijani. Juan Cortez. Charlotte Edel Corcoran. Abdul Jalal Yahaya. Martin Rivera. Daniel Una. Lamaya T. Crutchfield. Jake Barberine. Kene Zimuzo Chukwu Chike Mora. Stuart Aldrich. Samuel Leopold. Andrew Seth Woolbert. Cale Allen Tennis. Finn Dornveert. Savan Cashman. Maria Contreras. Jasmine Diaz Harkin. Sangwan Bay. Adarsha Gopala Reddy. Aman Verma. Ashutosh Anand Deorukkar. Alexander Kloppenberg. Zixuan Song. Lydia Klaus. Mingqi Zhang. Jessica Modell. Jordan Adelaide Oliver. Tanuja Gunaputi. Risa Nawa. Mandar Brampat. Son Kim. Jalen Patel. Amanda C. Freeman. Avery Elizabeth Dixon. Natalie On Klaas. Ali M. Roche. Ellie Shapiro. Christopher Heron. Alec Anderson. Evan Tompkins. Maitri Sekar. Libya Abigail Kaufman. Nathan Reyes. Pranav Krishna Palakodeti. Aditya Segal. Isha Vassal. Alexander Charles Bullard. Mateo Dal Olmo. Andrew Hyde. Chase Hurwitz. Jordan Barnes Hand. Zachary Curtis Susi. Annabelle Josephine Rose. Jacob Hoffman. Chiagoze Isaac Okoye. Ogana Helen Agwu. Kendra Jong. David Park. Arana Tasnim. Leslie M. Zelaya Gomez. Joel Joseph. Yuxuan Long. Kevin Kotzbauer. David Kim. Andrew Feenstra. Angelina Marie Viviano. Joseph Cormac Molina. Jessica Tianyi Wu. Jade C. Gutierrez. Alicia T. Huang. Grace Huang. Cassie Fan. John Paul Garin Pineda. Thien Huang. Zirui Chen. Nathan J. Zhou. Haoran Li. Yangzi Chui. Pengyu Jiang. Chengxing Liu. Sonia Bayani. Jimin Lee. Yiding Yang. Marilyn I. Francisco. Matthew Walker. Zena Daboul. Star Lucky Rothkopf. Sanya Ali. Mijong Jung. Yui Nop Huen. Nicholas Jackson Y. On Eng. Austin Perez. Francesca Eve Prescott. Jenan Zechevich. Kwong Vai. Nevin F. Ndonwi. William Chen. Daedalus Chen. Fortuna Kadima. Shangwei Nyota. Daniel de Lima Ribeiro. Michaela Christine Gregory. John Iwanofu. Ramya Kamala Samudrala. Mario Norberto Rodriguez Montoya. Eugene Ju. Anthony Stewart. Elijah Santiago Brown. Tanner Michael Sharon. Riva Kranz. Michael B. Lerman. Orly Stulbach. Amalia B. Stulbach. Olav Olsen. Daniel Kin. Malcolm Newmark. Louis Eric Hashimoto. Divik Dodea. Asher Garvins. Alex Vasquez Hernandez. Panwang Ying. Boyu Yang. Yansheng Jin. Zihao Yu. Zichu Pen. Mohammed Rui Mayab. Edgar Jesus Palomino Munoz. Daniel Yan. Yipeng Li. Changjin Zhang. Yuanjun Feng. Jiaxi Xiong. Zihan Chen. Mingrui Ye. Yimu Liu. Ella Nicola Beatrice Geary. Maeve D. Repking. Dominique Bradshaw. Haya Glory Davis Bennett. Eden H. Andum. Eileen Lee. Andres Rice. Ajibola Michael Oki. Luke Zhang. Anand Parekh. Arya Nandyal. Prayag Chandra Vemula Pali. Aditya Sangana. Hanson Lee. Hamza Iqbal. Annabelle Lee. Allison Huang. Jackin Choi. Albert Ming. Sylvia Kozub. Luke D. Stockbridge. Daewon Yang. Lucas Kui. Longhan Lin. Luke Beckemeyer. Dev Gupta. Scott Christopher Shin Yamamoto. Eric Kuo. Yarin Kang. Selena Park. Emil Tiega. Andrew W. Butzel. Owen Nieuwenhuizen. Barkan Dokmechi. Rihanna Singla. Ileana Wang Zheng. Bean T. Royal. Abdu So. Razi Khan. Ethan Alexander Morton. Yusheng Tan.
Heng Lu.
We will now recognize graduates of the Henry Edwin Sever Institute. The program directors will come forward to shake the hands of the graduates. Caitlin Elizabeth Latina. Ethan Lin. Yuatung Wang. Zihao Zhang. Pujin Ho. Yucheng Zhao. Ellen Archibald. Taylor Barrett Jones. Nicholas Wolf. Kevin Simone Samuel. Tianzhuang Xiong. Stefanos Andreas Mavromatis. Nick Caporuso. Mehdi Ben Ayed. Keshav Jolly. Alec Merle. Chris M. Long. Tiger J. W. Liu. Sagar Dattatraya Wag. Suraj Kumar. Boyi Wang. Panyang. Yihang Feng. Kayong Wang. Shifan Shuai. Tianlei Kai. Haoming Huang. Xu Si. Shiwei Shen.
Joyu Pong.
Hold your applause just for a minute. Before we conclude this year's McKelvey recognition ceremony, we have one more graduate to recognize. The actual definition of graduate has a few variations. One is what all of you are being recognized for today and tomorrow, namely completing a course of study and receiving a diploma. But another definition is to pass from one stage of experience, proficiency, or prestige to another. This summer, after 35 years at WashU and 25 years of overseeing engineering student services, Associate Dean Chris Kroger, or DK as you all call him, Chris will be graduating to the ranks of happily retired individuals who dedicated their lives to the betterment of our world. So I ask that the faculty, students, and parents join me in an overwhelming show of support for DK. All right, our last order of business is to talk about tomorrow's ceremony. Hang on one second. Power juice. Today is the McKelvey School Engineering Recognition Ceremony, where you're each individually recognized. At the university commencement ceremony tomorrow, your degrees will actually be conferred, and then you will officially be graduates of Washington University. Now, speaking of tomorrow, every year, the deans each present their students of their schools for the degree conferral. The students of those schools cheer and make noise. Right before us is arts and sciences. And of course, there are many more of them than us, so they will be louder. So we have to be cooler. So this is what we're going to do, and we're going to practice. When I get called to the podium tomorrow, what I'm supposed to say is, will the candidates for the McKelvey School of for the bachelor's degree, the McKelvey School of Engineering, please rise? But what I'm going to say is, will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the McKelvey School of Engineering please rise and tell us who you are? And at that point, you're all going to shout, "We are McKelvey," okay? And then cheer your hearts out. Master's students, we're only going to do this once, so when we ask the bachelor students to rise and shout, "We are McKelvey," I want you to join them too. All right, you got it? All right, we're going to practice. Everybody's seated, right? Okay, ready. Will the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the McKelvey School of Engineering please rise and tell us who you are? That's great. Everyone, please be seated. This concludes our ceremony for today. I want to thank all of our faculty and all of the staff and volunteers for being here and making this special event possible. We could not have done it without you. As we process out of the field, I ask that everyone please remain seated, and we're going to leave in the following order. First, the stage party will process out of the field to the Olympic rings. Next, the graduates will follow the stage party. Each row will be individually released, starting from the front. And then finally, guests of all our graduates, after the graduates have left, please follow. Everyone else, please just remain seated until the graduates have recessed. Thank you again for everybody being here. It is a special day. And once again, congratulations.